So last time we checked out the create mod. And the create mod is very cool, but then I found something completely different, something much cooler. I think it's one of those dreams that every Minecrafter has, which is not just making trains, but being able to make planes and ships that actually work. And that can be done with the mod called Valkyrien Skies. And that's exactly what we are going to look at today. So hey, welcome back, my name is Ross and today we are going to play with the Valkyrien Skies. And as you can see, we have here a tab, and if we go to the tab, we have the create mod, but we also have Valkyrien Skies and Eureka mod. And this mod allows you to actually make planes or any kind of flying ship, which is very cool. But not just that, you can also use it to make kind of cars and stuff like that. So this is just incredible. I always wanted to make something like that. I cannot wait to check it out. Now I have to say, I never played with this mod and I have no idea. I really have no idea how this may end up and how this mod actually works. I have really no idea. So this is completely new to me, so I have to look into how this all works because I really want to check it out. So I think if I just do this and like make something in the water, it should be able to float, I think. It's actually pretty cool because I think this mod can actually simulate any kind of physics. So let's try it. I think you have to do this and then, oh wait, and then this and then a symbol. Yes, look. No way. No way. Look at this. It actually... No, wait, hold on. I can... No. I actually made a boat. Look at this. That's awesome. It's not really that fast, but still, this is so cool. It actually floats. It actually does... What happens when I ran into something? Like, does it just stop? Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I never thought this would actually be a thing. Look at this. This is a Minecraft mod. This is in Minecraft. These are Minecraft blocks and you can actually build on it. That's insane. No way. No way. You can actually... No, you can... You have to be kidding me. You can actually build while it's still... That's awesome. So if I place a lot of blocks on one side, I think it actually simulates that it is heavier. Look at that. That's so cool. It actually does. It doesn't make it slower, I think. Oh, but now we are sinking. As a Corrales would say, Mayday, Mayday, we are sinking, we are sinking. But this is actually awesome. And actually, you can just build on it. That's insane. So we have the block that is called a floater. What happens when... Okay. We made a bouncy castle. That's awesome. Look at this. This is absolutely the coolest mod ever. So with this mod we can actually make very cool things. I can think of a lot of things that we can actually make. But I think I will start with making a plane or some kind of aircraft. Because I still don't know what the limit is of this mod pack, but I'm really wondering what we can actually do. I have heard that we actually can use create together with the Eureka mod or the Valkyrien Skies mod. So this will be incredibly interesting. And let's just start with making some kind of ship, I guess. So before we actually make a cool looking plane, I have been tinkering with the create mod and to find out how we can actually make things happen on the ship itself. In other words, I want to make some landing gear and maybe some kind of doors that can open automatically or off a push of a button, or maybe it can drop bombs or something like that. So that's what I've been working out right here. And basically this is just a contraption that I came up with. By the way, I am not a redstone guy. I have no idea how redstone works. So I'm still very proud that I actually got it to work. See this as a landing gear that is now upright. So right here should be the wheel. And the wheel is now going up. And we want it to go down. So the landing gear should go down. And by a push of a button, it goes down and it stops right here. And now it's down, and when we want to retract it again, we press the button again and it goes back. And basically what I did is I made some kind of, well, plane. It's not really a plane, but to give you an example of what I'm actually working with. So the cool thing with this mod, with the Valkyrien Sky mod, is that you can actually use the create mod together with the Valkyrien Sky. So you can actually make a contraption that works, even though it is a like entity or a plane with the Valkyrien Sky. So it's very cool that it actually works together. So as you can see, I can fly around with this, and that looks really cool. Go up and down. But the cool thing is, we can also push this button. Now, the sad thing is the button is all the way over here. I should make a button over here. But then when we press it, there you go. As you can see, now the landing gear is actually down. And when we press it again, it goes up. Now, the coolest thing is that it actually also works in water, as in that it actually has some dynamics or physics that actually makes it go up or down. So in other words, what I try to say is when you extend these downwards, of course, this is wood, and wood is, of course, floating in water. So it will also make it so that this thing goes up a little bit. So if I press the button, you can see that we slightly go up in the water, because this is, of course, also a buoyancy, or like it can actually float. So when I press the button, you will see that we slowly go downwards, as you can see. That's very cool. So it actually works physically very well, even with the create mod on top of the Valkyrien Skies mod. So this is really, really awesome. So now that we worked out the landing gear, we are going to make the actual plane or spaceship or whatever itself. So I will find some cool inspiration on the internet, and then we are starting to build something. I'm going to make something very cool, and I will update you throughout the build. So let's go. So passing forward, I actually made a lot of progress. First, I wanted to just make a simple plane to test things out, but well, I ended up actually creating what I wanted to create. Now, you maybe have seen the trailer of this ship itself already on my channel, and if you haven't, you can watch it right here. It's a really cool cinematic short that I created, and I highly recommend watching it. So as you can see, it's not done yet, but the biggest part is done, and the most hardest part is done, which are the wings. I'm gonna be totally honest, this was way harder than I actually had imagined. I've made cool stuff before, I've made ships and cool planes before, so I thought I could do this, but it was way harder than I thought. It's very weird. It's very, if you look at it, obviously if you are a new player in Minecraft, this will look incredibly hard to build. And for me, it's actually something that I thought I could actually do way quicker or way easier, because I've done it before. But yeah, this was way harder than I actually had imagined. So this is a part of a plane, as you can see. The wings are done, and it's very cool. I've made cool systems that actually work. For example, landing gear. This part of the wing will fold open, and also a part over here will fold open when we actually want to land. So the landing gear will extend, and as soon as that happens, these flaps will also change. So it's in like a kind of parking mode. So it will be very cool to see. I have already tested it. It works great. I'm going to keep it a little bit of a secret, so you will see it later in the video how it actually can land. It's very cool animation. This is mostly recreated from a ship in Star Citizen, which is another game which I absolutely love. And this is a Crusader ship, and I think it's called the Spirit. I kind of modified it a little bit, changed it a little bit to things I rather wanted to have on the ship or look a little bit different, but most of it is still the same. You will probably see a picture now of the inspiration. So as you can see, it's very much the same thing. There are a few little things that I've changed, but as you can see, I have all the system. This was incredibly hard to make. You don't want to know how hard this was to actually figure out where to place all these things. So not only did I have to place the actual mechanical bearings to make things work and move. Over here, for example, is a mechanical bearing. But I also had to find a way to replace everything to a place that I actually can build some kind of contraption like this. So this, for example, this contraption, this goes over here, then goes through these, then go over here to this mechanical bearing. And then down here, there's a mechanical bearing that goes like this, then go down, and then to this system over here. And if you look closely, you can see a lot of those kind of systems planting throughout the whole wing, basically. But yeah, it works out, it works great, and it's actually very, very cool. Now, the only thing is, I don't know if we actually can make it fly. I hope so, because sometimes this mod, the Eureka mod, will sometimes not work correctly, and then this whole thing will fall apart or will not register as a ship. So hopefully we can make that happen. Hopefully everything will work out fine. Anyway, as you can see, it's still not done, so I think I will continue to make the whole hull, which is actually the most easiest part, as well as the back door. I want a kind of ramp on the back. So that's something that I'm going to create, which is a lot easier than this whole wing on a diagonal, on an angle, and make all kinds of things work and move. So let me complete it, and then we are going to the actual other world and actually fly this thing and see what we can do with it. It will be incredibly cool to see this thing actually move. So let me build a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, I really didn't do anything much with this middle part over here, which is the most easiest thing, because this is just basically the inside of the ship and nothing more. But what I did is, I don't know if I already showed, but I've copied the wing over and I made every single system work. So as I said, these parts should move. And we have now the back with a nice door as well over here that should be opened or can be opened. And then over here is part that will open. This part of the wing will open. And of course we have the landing gear. And I actually made sure that everything is now in sync and works fine. So right here we have the button. And basically this will be in the cockpit, of course. So we will have two buttons, one to do the landing gear, and the other one will do the hatch on the back, basically. So if I press this button, you will see the landing sequence. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1. That's cool, right? So as you can see, first of all, we have these engines over here that are on a slight angle, which is pretty cool. But if you go land with this ship, then these parts of the wing will go like this, because there is some kind of nozzle on this side. As you can see, it's not really anything, but just imagine as if this is an actual engine. So these parts will face down. Of course, the landing gear itself will deploy. So we have the front leg and we have the two side legs, which should be enough to keep this ship steady or stable. But also we have these cool hatches over here that will open up to, for example, cool the engine or something, or to brake in the air, just a cool air duct that all of a sudden just opens. So this, yeah, it looks really cool and it works very well. So we can now just do the landing sequence by just pressing one button. And I really hope this works with the Eureka mod, and we can actually use this and fly with the ship and actually be able to do the landing gear stuff. That would be very cool. And we also have a back door over here, which is the only way to get into the ship. And that's this system over here. And I think I only have to press this button over here. So if I press this, then there you go. It will go down and it will snap. There you go. Of course, this will be a flat surface and not this weird ditch, but you have this cool ramp that you can walk up to. So from the outside it looks like this. So you have just a nice cool ramp. So that looks cool, and then you can walk in, and then by pressing a button everything will be closed off. So we press the button and it goes up and it snaps. There you go. Yeah, this is really awesome. It looks very cool. For real, this took ages. This took an incredible long time to make. So normally I post a video like every 2 weeks or so, but this project is insane. I really didn't know that it would be so incredibly hard to actually make something this cool in the Create mod. So sorry for that this video took a little longer to make, but yeah, we actually have now a really cool ship. So right now I actually am going to make this part up here, and then it is finally done, and we will try to see if we can actually fly this thing. That would be incredibly cool. So yeah, let me design this last part. So by the time of recording this part, I have actually created something that you probably are familiar with if you've seen the trailer that I've uploaded before this video. Go watch it, because I really did try my best to make a awesome kind of trailer or video about it. It was actually a lot of editing work. So please go watch it, because it's a very cool video. Anyway, you will then recognize this place, because this place is actually where I filmed that trailer. As you can see, we have the ship right here, and it is on the ground, and well, everything is working. And this one is not a flying version. So if we have a few buttons over here. So if I press one of these buttons, let's see, for example, we press this one, then the hatch will open. As you can see, like the door at the back will open, which is now open. And when I press the button again, it will close. So if I press it, you can see that it slowly moves up. And also we have this button, and if we press that button, then those flaps will go open or close. So stuff like that. So it actually works in this phase, in this way. But what doesn't work is flying. So the one thing that for some reason doesn't work perfectly is the Create mod and the Valkyrien Skies mod together with mechanical bearings. So I found out that if you go to the Create mod, there are a few little things or weird bugs that don't work together. So you have, of course, the Valkyrien Skies Eureka mod and also the Create mod, and they work together. But if you start using mechanical bearings and you make them move, for some reason that will break everything. So for some reason this doesn't work. So this system with this scrolling to this mode doesn't work with the Valkyrien Skies mod. So that's a bummer. So what I did is I created two versions. One over here, which has the flaps all moving, and one that actually flies. So this one is actually flyable. The only downside is if we go in, you can see that most of it is all filled with balloons, because balloons are very not strong in the Valkyrien Skies mod. For some reason, balloons are not really strong. So you really need to fill up this whole ship, make it able to fly, which is insane. So sadly, that's the case. And that means that we don't really have a lot of room in the ship anymore. So that's just really sad. But it does fly. So if we click on this and we press F5, you can see that we can go upwards very slowly. So I should add some more balloons. But we can just fly away, and well, the landing gear cannot retract. That's something that we have to do manually. But as you can see, it actually flies and we can actually move it around. So there you have it. We have created an amazing ship. So even though this is a very failed video and I couldn't really make this whole thing work perfectly, I'm still very glad of how it turned out. Because this thing looks just amazing. Even though it doesn't really work perfectly, it is still an amazing looking ship. And I hope you guys like this design as well. It's something completely different than I normally do, but it's fun to check out some mods and try to do something and make something that is never done before, especially with mods like Valkyrien Skies and the Create mod. It's a lot of fun to use these mods and to try to get them working on their limits, and I think we did that with this ship. Even though it didn't really work out, I really tested it out till the limit of this amazing mod. So both Create mod and the Valkyrien Skies mod are amazing. I know that there is a Create Aeronautics coming out, and that's also something I want to look into. But for now, I think we did an amazing job of making something very cool with the tools that we have, which is the Create mod and Valkyrien Sky. So if you want to see more of these kind of videos, these kind of projects where I use mods, then let me know down in the comments, because I really liked this. I really liked working on this and using these mods to create something cool, and hopefully next time, of course, working. That's of course the end goal. But anyway, if you want to see more of these kind of videos, for example, the train video that I uploaded, then please let me know and I will see what I can do next. So even though this is a failed project, kinda, it's still a cool project nonetheless, and hopefully next project will be much cooler and actually work. So if this is the first video you watch of my channel, go check out my channel, because I have a cool trailer of this whole ship. I also have a video of the Create mod where I made a train, so go check that video out if you haven't, and please consider to subscribe, because it really helps me out a lot. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you guys in the next video.